You might want to talk about your science on a green screen so you can change the background to whatever you want later on. So let's have a look at how we do that in Adobe Premiere Pro. I've already loaded up some elements. We've got our green screen element here, which we need some background elements as well, a static one and a moving one, maybe some foreground elements too to really sell it. So if I want to drag in a static element, like a photo, I can drag that into track 1, and you can see it's not actually the right size. So I want to come up here to motion in the effect controls and just scale that up past the point where it's got black bars on the sides, so it fills the entire frame. And I'm just going to add in here as well some blur, because that'll really sell the fact that you've got depth of field there as well. So some Gaussian blur onto there, and then maybe, I don't know, 10, just to add that little bit of depth of field to really sell that in there as a static shot. I don't want a static shot though, I want a moving one. So I'm going to drag that down to V1. I'm going to keep existing settings because this is a 4K green screen element. I'm just going to upscale this one to there. Maybe add some Gaussian blur into this too. Maybe just a 10, just to add in again that depth of field. And then we want our green screen element. So I'm going to double click this to get it up in the source, and then just bring the video in. You don't need to listen to me present in there. And then through this, then we've got our green screen, and we want to key it out. So in the effects, we're going to click on key and bring in the ultra key onto our green screen element, which is on top. We're going to come then to our key color. We're going to click on it and then drag this little pipette over and put it as close to me as I can. And you see then it's keyed a bunch of that green screen out. To see what is actually keyed out, we're going to go to alpha channel, and anything that's black is being keyed out and anything that's white is being kept in. So I can try and change different points to try and get more black out. And I can actually add in then the setting. I want like an aggressive green screen key. So it's going to try and get some more of that green screen and take that out. But we're going to choose a custom one in a second to try and get more of that out with matte generation. So we're going to increase the transparency of this. Not so much that the black starts to fill in onto me, because that'll key me out too. But let's change the highlights. Let's change the shadows. We'll bring it back. Not so much again that it starts to spill onto me. Change the tolerance. And then the pedestal on the end. Just try and get as much out as we can. So now we go back to our composite, and we'll see what's been keyed in and what hasn't. And actually, this wasn't lit correctly on the day, and I actually went back and reshot this, because you can see that there's bits of lights that come up here. So there's no getting around a good green screen lighting on the day. You need to make sure that it's lit correctly and it's done well on the day before you actually come in and start keying out. Also, we can see everything around me, around here. So I want to come into the opacity and just choose this mask, and then mask around me, so that anything then that's outside this mask actually gets taken out all the way around to there. And then to really sell this, we're going to add in a foreground element as well. We're going to drop in this slow motion snow footage, just to add in that little bit of an extra effect. I'm going to drag this down to the top here. It's not going to be the same size, so I'm going to right click on this and set to frame size. And then to make sure that you can see through it into the background, we want to keep everything in white, but take out everything in black. So with this clicked, I want to come to the blend mode and then click on screen, and then it'll see through it. Anything that's black, it'll take out, and you can see through it to the other side. So now you can see that that mask, together with the foreground element and the background element, starts to work quite well. So green screening is good if you want to be able to change your background. Maybe you just want a solid color in the back, but you don't know when you want. You want to be able to choose that a little bit later. Make sure that it's lit correctly. You can see that bad lighting on the back of the green screen can make all different kinds of problems in the edit. So light it correctly. Light you separate to the background. That's always helpful. Make sure that there's no crinkles and creases in the background too, in the green screen itself. Try and keep it as flat as possible. Give it an iron if you need to. And then when you're lighting you and the background, try and create some distance between you and the background too. Take a few steps forward from the green screen. Like I said, you don't have to have it all green in the background. You can mask it out around you anyway. And hopefully then what you'll be able to see is that you can do your science from anywhere in the entire world.